Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Phil Cimino. I'm principal at PSC Engineering. I understand that you have an interest in better utilizing Crawford Park. And Mr. Watnick asked us to take a look at the park with him, which we did. And sort of problems you have with parking. We weren't there during the peak hour. We were there during the off hour, but we did notice various problems with cars going through adjacent to parking areas, not enough parking, not enough established parking, conflicts with pedestrians, moving vehicles, conflicts with playfields, moving vehicles, pedestrians going through the same areas. Also the mansion and the use of that and the overflow in terms of parking, in terms of flow, in terms of emergency vehicle access during some of the higher use stays. And we feel that we could help you with that. We feel that there's a way to utilize parking so that we could use it for play areas as well as for parking. Use the same area for various functions. Segregate parking, play areas from moving vehicles. Better establish speeds, signing, pedestrian movements, and allow emergency vehicles better access through the area during high-use times, which is important.
Is that going to take away any of the green space?
Well, we're looking not to do that, and we think it may be possible. And we could have suggestions, and once we get involved, we'll know more. But it looks like from my position now, it looks like there is quite a bit of potential.
Okay.
Pardon me, I did go check to the emergency room yesterday. It's not H1N1, so there's no pardon me there. Well, I think probably what we would look to have you do is make a couple of recommendations, one or two or three options and solutions, which would presumably take varying degrees of green space. But I think, Councilwoman Mendocino, I think really this is an issue you first brought to our attention. I think we really need to move to address this issue from a safety perspective more than anything as a first start, and then also make it more attractive to come there if we it's easier to park and easier to get into it.
We would look for cost-effective solutions in a way that we could get better utilization, better safety, better access.
And how long would it take you to do a study?
It depends on when you want it started. It probably would be a good idea to get a better handle on exactly what happens at the park during high-use periods, which is several months away. However, we could probably come up with ideas now for your consideration, and then after that, build on that, which may take us into June or July, but we could certainly come up with recommendations within a month or so.
I think that's a great idea. If we can come up, obviously this is the parking is far beyond, I think, our realm. We can all come up with basic ideas and saying it's great to put parking here or let's widen, but we need a professional, and that obviously where you come in. Your original proposal had three components.
Yes.
Can that proposal be broken up?
Sure.
Okay. And then with regards to implementation, would you be also in a position to give us the recommendation and then also help implement?
Yes.
As the contractor?
We're full-service engineering
Very good.
and planning firm, yes.
Very good.
Now, how do we? I'm sure Mr. Nowak talked to you about our RFP policy and all that. How would we? Town Attorney Noto, I presume we have to put this out for bid, or we already?
Well, we can do an RFP, and then
Right.
it depending on what we're going to do, we did
Right.
what work, if we decided to do any work, I would have to be out the bid.
Right, okay, because I think the other thing is, there is an issue with Rye-Town Park as well, so there may be an opportunity to do some work there as well. Now, Mr. Dewana, I know we talked and tried to secure bids at one point in time. What happened with those?
When you say bids,
Last year, well,
bids for what?
engineering advice.
For just the engineering
Yeah.
services. We fell flat, quite frankly, because a couple of engineering firms that we did speak with that were
Right.
I think, local in this area that specialized in this did not want to do the work. They
Right.
felt the job was a very small job. Perhaps they...
Well, that's my recollection. So I guess my question is, do we have to put this out for bid again, or can we
No,
go
now that
straight?
we've done that, no.
Technically, as I understand it, this is a consulting agreement. And
Right, it's professional service.
Professional
So
service.
that you don't have to...
And would not necessarily be subject to that.
Oh,
In addition to that, I think that the work has been done already, obviously looking to bring potential contractors or potential bidders into the fold. And we've done that due diligence. These contractors that are qualified or were qualified had the opportunity to come forward, refused, saying that the job was too small. We have a proposal from a qualified vendor that would be able to work with us to better serve both the town of Rye and also the Rye-Town Park Commission for that matter. And I think that this good due diligence was done already. So that's in my opinion. So I think it's even better than just a professional service. I think that we've actually went one step further.
My only concern is that I feel by the time the spring comes and all the traffic is in the park already, I'd already like to see this in motion, not wait until the people start coming back
I would
to the
agree.
park.
well, I share the same concern, Councilwoman Mendocino. I want this thing to start sooner rather than later.
Well, we have the opportunity, Mr. Supervisor, if the proposal could be put forward for us to vote on something to hire this firm for the February meeting. He also made comment earlier that there is a standard or entry-level parking program that we can put in place that we can add to, right?
Yes.
Kind of a skeleton.
I think we would be able to come up with ideas, recommendations, which you could look at, and if they look good, we could develop them further.
I think also possibly, with Mr. Nowotnik's help, you could get some idea of the scale of how much usage the park has. It's true, it's best to see it firsthand, but to hear this many soccer players, roughly this many people at an average park function, which goes on, in fact, many months of the year.
It was through Mr. Nowotnik that I have the understanding I have now, which is very good. He gave me a lot of insight into it. I think that we probably could come up with fairly solid recommendations as far as parking, segregating, moving vehicles from pedestrians and from play fields. I think we could do something possibly with parking for the mansion and the picnic area. I feel fairly confident that within a month we could probably have some ideas for you to look at, and a month after that probably have some good recommendations.
And keeping in mind, we want to keep the green space as much as possible.
I understand that. We do too.
Okay.
We're planning for.
Mr. Supervisor, I think that if we had a resolution prepared for February, would give us enough time to act responsibly.
Perfect.
And with an understanding that we can expect to move forward with this in February. You may want to do some preliminary work as well.
Okay.
And ultimately, I think it would be then up to the supervisor to execute that agreement, and then Bishop, you have the opportunity to provide the financials to the supervisor. Would be good.